So the first order of business is to review and approve the minutes from the last two meetings. Did you get a chance to look at the minutes, Kevin? You're muted.
To tell you the truth, I no. we are in our busy season, and I apologize, and I haven't.
Yeah, I think Sherilyn gave them a pretty thorough proofing, it seems like. So I will move the committee approve the minutes for September 14th, 2022 as presented, and January 12th, 2022 with the amendment that Cheryl proposed. It was just a spelling error.
Second.
Second motion.
Because we're remote, we have to do.
We have to do, right.
roll
Okay,
call. Yep.
Kevin,
Gallagher, aye.
Andy Jefferson,
Jefferson, I.
and I vote aye. Motion carries
Yay.
unanimously. Let's see, let's discuss. Can you make that text a little bigger by any chance?
I can.
Oh, much better. Thank you. Discuss individual goals from September meeting. So let's see, Kevin was going to look into some figures for us, if I recall correctly. Were you able to do those, or?
Let's stop sharing.
That part I did do my homework.
Excellent.
I failed on the meeting minutes, but so as far as what I got here is what we basically get charged from E.L. Harvey, Wheelabrator, and Viola, which is Viola is our the recycling company that we use for the fluorescent bulbs and the batteries and the mercury stuff. And excuse me. So E.L. Harvey for the recycling, and that includes up at the highway garage and the curbside.
Mm-hmm.
So in June, July, and August, it's an average of $8,477.30 a month.
Okay. Is one of those months like an outlier, or is the average pretty close to the?
Well, in August, it was $13,091.09.
Okay.
And June and July were, one was $5,700 and the other one was $6,500-ish.
So I'm guessing that probably January is another month that's an outlier, when everybody comes and recycles all of their Christmas wrapping paper and mail order boxes.
I have to get an extra dumpster for the holiday season. It's nuts. Okay, and this is the bigger one, the Wheelabrator invoices, even though Harvey still comes and picks up the curbside stuff, the tipping charges that we get from Wheelabrator. So in June, it was $28,996.28.
Okay.
In July, it was $22,895.14. In August, it was $25,000. $25,716.34. So, and then average the three together, you're looking around, $25,869.
So just between those two things, we're close to 33,000 a month.
Trash is not cheap.
No, it isn't.
So, and Viola stuff, they come 5 or 6 times a year.
Okay.
Those, I've only gotten one invoice so far from them since we've been up in the new garage.
Okay.
And that invoice was for $668.20. So didn't have much to compare
Right.
with that one.
Do you get a lot of stuff getting put in the shed that doesn't go there?
Oh, people try to hide stuff in there all the time.
So like what, can you give me an example of stuff people try to hide that doesn't go there?
Oh, they remodel their bathrooms. We'll find toilets in there,
That's just crazy.
cabinets, tires. I don't know. Just trying to think of some of the things that I've found in there. Baby strollers. I found a full-length mirror in there one time. Yeah, it's like I said.
See, Maura joined the meeting at 7:14. You're muted.
I remembered at 5 and came to check my emails. And then I completely forgot when I was making dinner. Completely forgot. I'm so sorry.
We
so
have
sorry.
approved the minutes and we are reporting on our individual tasks from the previous meeting.
Yeah, I'll go back and watch the. Oh wait, we don't. Are there recordings being uploaded to YouTube yet? Did we figure that out?
Yeah.
They are now.
I'll go back and I'll watch that. I'm completely. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it.
So I have been
Sure.
running the meeting in your absence. Would you like me to continue or should I hand it back to you?
You can continue. If that's okay with you. I don't want to. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Was there anything else we'd ask you to look at, Kevin?
That was it. That was all I had written down for my homework.
Okay. One thing that came up at the meeting that the January meeting that we had the minutes for, that I don't think anybody was ever tasked to look into was the question of what the money that we're paying to Wheelabrator and Harvey, et cetera, what percentage of the town does that actually serve? Because I know there are lots of condo associations that don't. I don't know what would be a good way to figure that out. Condo associations that have their own trash hauling.
That'd be a tough one.
That's what I thought, because
I know a lot of the condo associations, like they'll come up to the highway garage and use our recycling,
Mm-hmm.
And there's.
Yeah. This is true.
I thought we had a rough percentage on that, and but I don't remember. That could be some. So I reached out to Evan to ask him, what's a good starting point in terms of getting an idea of the Harvey budget, and that question could easily go on there as well. I haven't heard anything back from him, but I know they've been pretty inundated the last couple of weeks, and then leading up to town meeting Monday night. So I'm going to talk to him again. Him and I have a check-in. If not Friday, we're gonna have one early next week. So I can add that question to the list and see if he has a rough idea as to what that percentage is.
Okay. Trying to remember, let's see, well, you were checking in with Evan. That was your homework.
Yeah, I brought some outreach examples too. Some resources that I think we could use, both broad scope and like social stuff. So one sec, I can share some of those. Okay, so locally, I go to Recycle Smart a lot. I think they're a good resource. It's one that I mentioned before. It's like a subdivision of Mass DEP. They have a lot of social. I stopped on this scroll because they do a lot of informative stuff like this, telling you, what's supposed to go where. They expand some of it. They're more encompassing with trying to reduce some of the single use stuff, promoting, like you can see here, individual towns recycling efforts, things like that. But they're overarching messaging like these things I think are pretty spot on. And there's a good amount of material there that we could borrow. They give you can go right to the website, and these are all templates that you can download that they've already prepped for social. I'm just in the social section, but you can, as you scroll through, you can see a lot of stuff. These are some of my favorites. These Joe Says No, that it's been a while since they've done them, but they're reports from local MRFs, the material recycling facilities, or that's not the right acronym, but some of the contaminants that they get in to tell you what shouldn't be in there, just like Kevin was doing with the full-length mirrors. Honestly, it requires a little more effort on our part. These are very easy and very templated, but there's no reason we couldn't do like a Kevin Says series. And like I could stop by the DPW, or you and one of the other guys could handle it. Like just take a good picture on your cell phone and forward it along, and I could make us a template like this. And I mean, Kevin, like you're just such a personality anyways. Like we could totally commandeer that and show some of the stuff at our level, at Grafton's level, that contaminates our recycling stream. So they have a bunch of that stuff. As they get into it, like you can see print resources here. They have letter sized guides for what can and can't go in different places, or carts and stickers for bins, all sorts of stuff that you can download it. It's they want you to use these things and promote smart recycling and reusing practices in your town. So there's some really good content on here, and it's all, like I said, mass based, which I think makes it even better. And if you see on the top right here, you can go to the Recyclopedia on its own, but I think that's it's just a great resource. You go there, you type in whatever it is you have, and it'll give you the answer. Can I recycle this? Yes, put it in your recycling bin. And these are general responses for things that are supposed to be like universally accepted. I know sometimes other communities can get in the weeds on things like are pizza boxes recyclable, if they have any amount of grease on them and things like that. So some of those items people may need to check a little bit more at the local level, but this is it's a great resource. I use it all the time if I have any questions about what should or shouldn't go in there. Another one that I like, sorry, the control bar is like right there, we go, right over my tabs. Okay. King County is, like, I guess shameless plug on here. The agency that I work for, we do a lot of communications for King County in general, and we help with some of their solid waste stuff. So they're another one, even though it's West Coast, and I think kind of need to keep a little more eye towards the details. Their recycling is a little more comprehensive, and I don't know. That's probably the best way to put it. It's more comprehensive. They do public composting. They're just a little further ahead in that line than we are, but they still have all the same materials. They break it out by campaign, and then you can go in and you can see, there's videos that are shareable. There's print work that's downloadable and customizable. So again, just more options, and I think good starting points for not to get super technical on outreach, but I think one of the fail points with these things is the follow through. It gets hard to schedule these things on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, but there's a lot of content and a lot of meat on the bones here. So I think be easy to go through websites like this, find things that we want to point out, and then typically, like in an agency setting, you build out a social calendar. So you decide, Wednesdays are going to be the days that we're going to post a recycling tip. And Facebook, we'd have to work with the town, obviously get their permission to, promote, which I don't see why that would be a problem. That's more or less one of our goals here, and the things that we've been tasked with. But they can preload, we could download a bunch of graphics. I could help produce graphics, whatever that may be. And we could preload a lot of those, social posts. So you just kind of sit down and create a batch and then throw them up, rather than having to worry about doing one every week and coming up with, figuring out where you're going to come up with that content. But if something in the meantime does come up, you can always alter that calendar and push out posts, or, hopefully, we plan down the road a little bit with things like that too. So if they're, when you identify upcoming holidays, you can try and, do themes around that, or, December would be a great time to discuss what parts of gift wrap are and aren't recyclable, and what people have for options there. So, just kind of thinking of.
And what do you do with your artificial tree that you don't want anymore?
Right. Yeah, because it's metal in the middle, but that doesn't mean it goes in your recycling bin.
And if it's pre-lit, it's got all those nice wires that also don't go in your recycling bin.
Right. So that was those are some of the outreach things that I had grabbed. I can I didn't Yeah, see, I talk about planning ahead because it's not always one of my strengths. I didn't share those links with the group ahead of time, and I probably should have, but I can send those out after the meeting too, so everybody can review them whenever they have time.
Okay. So do you happen to know, do any of you happen to know off the top of your head, do we have a link to that Recyclopedia thing on the trash schedule page of the Grafton website?
I'm gonna say no. I don't know for sure, but I can't imagine that we do.
Because I mean, I would think that would be like the bare minimum outreach we could do with that would be put it on the website.
Yeah.
How is I've missed watching the last couple of select board meetings. Andy, how is the implementation of the new website coming? Do you know?
It's getting really close. We haven't had an update on it in a couple meetings. And I'm honestly blanking on what the current timeline is right now. But we're getting into that final testing stage where content has really been locked in and it's just minor tweaks at this point. So that should be live soon.
Okay.
And I'm adding to my list to talk to Evan, confirming that we can do social and I would think I'll work with, I think William still controls that stuff. I can double check on
Yeah.
that, but who we'd work with for that. Getting, if we can get the Recyclopedia link on the trash, area of the website.
I'm thinking of that as being a very low hanging fruit, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So Kevin, what do you think of the idea of doing a Kevin Says No campaign?
Anything to keep my face off. And it's funny and everything, but we can find someone else.
Well, if you have somebody in your department you'd like to nominate.
Yeah. I'll definitely keep it in mind, but yeah, that's just putting myself out there for more hazing. We'll put it. Yeah.
Kevin, if people are picking on you and you need me to come talk to them,
Yeah.
I'll be down there.
To be honest, I did not get to much at all this month other than preparing for the conference I was just at last week. So I did not manage to, I was going to try to hook up with Anne Marie and talk about the composting. I just never managed to do that over the past month.
Oh, we can keep it on the agenda for next time.
We can keep that on the agenda for next time. Do you have anything to report, Maura?
Not much. I did go through the Mass DEP website for just their Sustainable Materials Recovery Program grant. So they have money available if we want to reach out to Black Earth or any of the other composting companies that do allow or do city or town-wide collection, and we can apply for a loan from the state to pay for that. So they have money available for us if we want to implement that program. And I think they have some other links that I, for some reason, can't find anymore. Anyway. I was gonna reach out to Doreen, but I realized that I only have her municipal email, and I wasn't sure how to get her personal one. So I need to Actually, Andy, do you know if you have that? Or if, does she still have access to the government one?
That's a good question.
I didn't want to email it and have it go to nowhere, but then I didn't know where else to go.
I'll mark it down because I don't know that they deactivate them right away, but I do have some contact info for her. I don't know if I have her personal email, but I have
Yeah, I
her.
only have the government one.
I have her phone number, so I can shoot her a text and
Oh yeah, you can also email me her phone number if if she's okay with that too, and I can call her up. But yeah, I only had the municipal contact, and I was like, I don't know where to go. So that's next. I gotta go through her to find out where we were with meeting with the old managers of our
You'll have-
trash collector, and then see where we can go with the new people. So. And at some point I still want to get over to Kevin, I still want to get over to your place one day when they're coming through to pick up things, because I'm curious to see how that process works. Like where you are when
I really must have see. They just throw the dumpster on the truck and drive away.
Okay, well, I mean, that's good too. What do you think is your busiest day for like people coming by then? And like when do you get the most issues?
Saturdays.
Okay. So I think I might come by on Saturday if that's all right.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Usually one of my guys is there babysitting on Saturdays. What time are they there? Saturdays is 8 to 1. 8 to 1. And the brush dump's 9 to 1. Yeah. So
Okay, but you don't work on Saturday.
I can meet you up there if you want.
No, I don't want to force you to come in. I might come around on a couple of different days then, just to see what's up, because I still haven't made it out there, and I have the meaning to.
Yeah. I mean, if you seriously, if you want to come up and check out the place, that's fine. I can bring you around. You know.
Yeah, I'd really like to do that one day.
Just
Just point out
shoot me an email. That's
where
fine.
chaos happens. Yeah.
No problem.
All right. You're doing that. Did I have any other homework? I think it was just municipal and Doreen. Right?
it sounds like we're ready to move on. And does anybody have any new business to bring up?
not me.
Me either.
That sounds like a no. Okay, any other related things we might care to discuss? That Andy could not have thought of putting on the agenda. I suppose logistics for the next meeting too.
Yes. Yes, which we had penciled in for the 9th, Wednesday, November 9th.
Wednesday, November 9th.
Fine with me. I'll make sure to be there this time on time.
I am still good for that.
Let's look ahead to second Wednesdays we're doing, right? So that puts us at December 14th. The subsequent meeting.
Yeah.
I don't have anything yet on that day either. Excellent.
I refuse to commit to anything past November.
Okay.
Because if I am awake for 48 hours prior, I mean, I love you guys and everything, but the last thing I'm going to want to do is talk about trash and recycling.
Are we thinking about snow?
Yeah.
Okay, so just, I guess, quick summary. I'm gonna talk to Evan about, scheduling social, who we work with, possibility of adding the Recyclopedia, link to the town website. Sherilyn said she will reach out to Anne Marie to talk more about composting and whatnot. And I will reach out to Doreen, and loop in Maura, and reignite that convo. And previously, again, just the other email that I have outstanding to Evan right now was basically the same thing, to see what he had for info on our contract and whatnot. And if he had any contacts, and then kind of verify who Doreen was working with over at Harvey, or talking to, I guess, not so much work. So go from there. I don't know if anybody else has anything else that they need to add to that list, or other ideas for things that we should try and come with for the next meeting.
I'm trying to remember, does the town have a Frosty stop for Grafton Celebrates the Holidays? Or DPW or anyone like that?
No,
Oh, okay.
I was just trying to think if there was anything close, but no. Especially not now that we're out in the woods.
Right. I will think on that some more. Because that's, even if it's just like have flyers at some business that can give out flyers with more information about our recycling and trash collection in Grafton. It's a place where a lot of people stop and do stuff.
Yeah,
And people
and
are already
kind
handing
of,
them things.
yeah, like responsible stewardship, as you're buying gifts, here's information, on how you can recycle the packaging and whatnot. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
All right, I will put that, I will come up with a flyer, or a very rough draft of a flyer for the next meeting. How's that?
Sounds great.
Okay.
I like that. That's a really good idea. I like that a lot.
Okay, if there is nothing else, I can entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, moved and seconded by roll call. Kevin Gallagher,
Gallagher, aye.
Maura McCormick,
Aye.
Andy Jefferson,
Jefferson, I.
and I vote aye. Declare the meeting adjourned at 7:40 p.m.